Very intrigued by when people say someone's playing a victim versus when we actually realize someone is a victim. And the tech journalist Kara Swisher has said this is especially prevalent in Silicon Valley to the point where she named it the grievance industrial complex, which I think is hilarious. And it really comes down to who has power. To the point of your comment, it's funny when bosses pretend they don't have power. And in this case, I was talking about an abusive boss who didn't do anything to make their employees' life better, but would call them and listen to them and be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, that's so bad, and then do nothing to change. But what infuriates me more than anything else is when people who aren't even that person in power who's clearly trying to CYA believe them. I'm reading Burn Book by Kara Swisher right now on all the tech CEOs that she knew, like before they were big, during when they were big, and right now. And she talks about there's how there's this feeling in Silicon Valley of victimhood for all of them. And when people hold them accountable or talk about how are you going to make sure this tool isn't misused or anything, that they make themselves the victim. And one of the biggest one of these, she said, is Mark Zuckerberg, who has since very early Facebook been even using, like when he gave the Harvard commencement speech, to talk about how he has been abused. And she said that the tech Silicon Valley culture is full of men who, more than they want money, they want revenge for perceived mistreatment of them. And I was talking to someone the other day who's an industrial engineer, and I was like, what is it about software engineering that we're seeing this theme? Is it because it's an isolated field? Is it because they work alone? Because while we all joke engineers have no social skills, like civil engineers still have to work with other civil engineers to build a bridge. Industrial engineers have to work with other people to engineer the workplace. And this is just a very interesting phenomenon to me that I want to keep learning about, of when we acknowledge someone doesn't have power and is actually a victim and there's a predator versus when they make themselves a victim and they are the predator.